Okay, word about markers. A smart way of using them. Okay, I'm making a pattern right now. And what this pattern is, it has an edge stitch. And then you go into the pattern, and then the pattern repeats in the middle of it, right here. And then it repeats again. So it repeats, and then you have the edge again. So I know that the edge is going to be the same. It's a garter stitch actually at the end. So the edge, because I'm knitting away, right? I put yellow. I try to match them, so I know I'm hitting those yellow, the edging. And I put the red in the middle, so that I know that that's between to start my pattern again. Now, on something this simple, it's probably just kind of it's just a habit to do it that way. When you start getting into cables and other things, it really does help, because when you hit a certain marker, you know a lot of times, okay, let's say you make all your decreases yellow and all of your increases green. So then every time you hit a green marker, you know enough to just increase. And then when you hit a yellow marker, you know to decrease. So it really does help to use the markers that way, because then as you're going along your pattern, you don't have to keep counting. And I think you've already realized how, keeping these numbers in your head and counting constantly can become a drag. Okay, here we go, tight. Now, I'll show you how to decrease using markers. This is considered a marker right here, because it's the end, and I'm counting that as a marker. So, decrease right after the marker. So, there's a marker here, I decrease. These needles are really dull. Okay, so, let's see what I'm doing. Knit two together. There we go. And then you knit on. Okay, slip the marker. Flip it this way so it doesn't interfere. Slip the marker. Knit two together. Continue. Slip the marker. Knit two together. That way, your decreases on your hat will be even. And the same as when you're doing your socks and everything else. Sorry about all the clang of the needles. You're used to it. It's funny, you think that this is a bother with two needles. You should try to hang on to four. Of course, that's the way I learned. Okay, now there's supposed to be a marker between these two. So these two. May not always come out that way. Make sure you know whether there's a marker or not. Whoops, I slipped the yarn there. Okay. And so you work. And you decrease evenly that way. Okay. Now, you notice how few stitches I'm working with 30 stitches, so that's really small. I mean, you're working with you're gonna be working 80, 82. Can't remember right now. So that's pretty big. And when you start decreasing, you're gonna be decreasing down to this many stitches. And when you use double-pointed needles, the less stitches that you have on those needles, the more likely they are to fall out of the work. You don't ever have that problem with the stitches falling off the cables. That needle in the back holding those stitches on, just like these in front, I could have one stitch on here and it's not going to, I'm not going to lose it. And see, and back, they're all safe and sound. They're not going to slip, they're not going to go anywhere and all that. You don't have to hold on to them and it all comes out even. Like I said, look at this. There's no gap, except for, you know, where I'm pulling it here, but look, there's no gap. You cannot tell that that was the edge. The same as on this side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start decreasing up, and I'm going to show you how to end it.